Very welcome to the Owlerton Stadium here in Sheffield for today's Kingston Press Championship match between Sheffield Eagles and the Featherstone Rovers. Quick rundown of the two teams for you first of all. Starting with the Sheffield Eagles at fullback is number 1, Quinton Laulu Togagai. On the wing, number 2 is Scott Turner. In the centre, number 3, Menzi Eri. Number 5 in the centre is Missy Talapapa. Number 26, the opposite winger, is Jordan Burke. In the half-backs for the Eagles, number 6, Pat Walker, and number 7, Don Brambani. In the forwards for the Eagle, the front row is number 18, is Tom Lillycrop. The hooker is number 9, Andrew Henderson, and the other prop is number 10, Mitch Stringer. In the second row for the Eagles this afternoon is number 15, Matt Garside, and number 12 is Peter Green. And the loose forward is a player that Featherstone may remember, was on loan at Featherstone a couple of years ago, number 16, Dwayne Strogia. And on the substitute bench for the Eagles, number 24 is Gareth Owen, number 11, Michael Knowles, number 28, Tom Ashton, and number 27, Peter Aspinall. And the head coach for the Sheffield Eagles is Mark Aston. One change for Rovers from last week in the starting lineup, and also a change on a new player in as well today, Chris Anakin from Wakefield. What's your thoughts on him?
Yeah, Chris is a good player. He's gone well for Wakefield. I think Featherstone's done really well to get him on board. He won't let anybody down. Obviously, he'll be new to the systems, but as far as effort goes, I think you'll see 100% from the guy. Like I said, he's been going quite well for Wakefield, so there's no reason why he can't be.
Hopefully we'll see a big performance from him when he comes onto the pitch. And here come the Eagles now from the pitch far corner as we look from here. The Eagles fan away to our left hand side. A great following from Featherstone again. Always the support, the away support from Featherstone is fantastic. As always. Must be like having an 18th man out on the pitch when they hear the support from the Rovers. Just waiting now for Mr. Cobb to come out as well. And indeed here he is.
I don't think the fans actually realise sometimes what the difference they make, especially away from home. It's a massive boost for the lads, and when you say it's an 18th man, it really is in some respects, because when they get behind the guys, it just gives them that extra impetus to move forward and keep doing what they're doing.
Definitely, I mean, to have that support, we're travelling such numbers as well, such distances as well. You know, it can only be a boost for the players, and Rovers are getting the game underway. It's the Eagles playing towards the executive boxers, and it's the Eagles who have the first possession now. And it's Andrew Henderson, and Henderson waits now. Moves the ball infield. That's a kick through again by the Eagles. That's towards Will Sharp, who takes it easily enough and able to return the ball. Mendika picks that ball up and goes from dummy half himself. And Ian Hardman now waits, attacking half-back. He'll move the ball inside to Ben Halliwell. Try scorer last week, Ben Halliwell scored a good try last week as well. But looking to back that up with another try today. Hardman through the hands to Worthington. Spins away from one, still going Worthington. Good half break there. Ellis moves the ball inside to Briggs. Briggs offloads there to James Lockwood, who offloads to Hardman, through the hands of Cording. Worthington cuts back inside. Worthington, good hands there from Rovers. This is the last tackle, says Mr. Cobb, and it's back in the hands of Kyle Briggs again. He'll put another high kick up towards that winger over on that far side. That's been knocked on. What's the decision? It's a knock on, says the referee. Good good pressure on the kick there, Neil.
Yeah, he put some height on that. I think that came down with some snow on it, and it's obviously what the breeze caught out the winger, knocked on, and we've got head and feet at the scrum.
Good field position as well for Rovers. The first real chance of points for either team this afternoon. Rovers were looking to make this point. I mean, have Rovers been working on execution at all over the past week?
working on execution every week. And it's just Halliwell in for the first try.
It is indeed Ben Halliwell, went through the hands and Halliwell over in the corner. It is his second try in 2 games for Ben Halliwell, scoring last week, and it was a good try in the corner, Neil.
It was, he took it well and he took his chance well. He was out of the team for a few weeks, and this is all good for competition for places. He keeps everybody on the toes, and Ben's come back and put a big marker down saying, I want this shirt.
Indeed he has, and it was a good finish in that corner as well. A lot of Rovers tries this season coming out wide, making goal kicking difficult for Gareth Moore and for Kyle Briggs last week and this week. What's the news on Gareth Moore? Is it just not selected today, or is it tactical?
You'd have to ask the coach that one. I've no idea. But obviously he's on the sideline, so Kyle's got the kicking duties, and he's more than capable of doing the duties.
Indeed he is. Prolific goal kicker throughout his career, Kyle Briggs. This one far out on that touchline though for Rovers. It's not an easy kick. Kyle Briggs is a left-footed kicker as well. So Briggs then with this conversion attempt. He's kicked it, you know, that's a superb conversion from Kyle Briggs. So it's 7 minutes on the clock. Sheffield Eagles 0, Featherstone Rovers 6. Neil.
Great start, just what they wanted. The boys were told to get in the arm wrestle early, and they did do. And you're just looking for completions. So far they're doing exactly everything to book.
Indeed they are, so that's a good early start, good early points for Rovers. That's a mistake from the kick-off. The ball kicked out on the full, so Rovers will get a penalty on halfway. Misjudging the wind there, Pat Walker with that kick-off. Very strong wind here at the Owlison Stadium as well, which will obviously have an effect. Looks like it's behind the Eagles in this first half. So Tim Spears now will take this drive in for Rovers. Ellis waits, he'll move the ball to Lockwood. Lockwood centre field in front of the sticks, 10 metres from that Eagles line. Ellis again. Through the hands it goes with Briggs. And a mistake from Featherstone on that occasion. The ball has gone to ground, so the chance goes on that occasion. And a bit scrum down head and feed to the Eagles.
It was a great passing movement then from the boys. Unfortunately, Briggs just took the wrong decision at the line. I think the ball out the back and would have been into the corner.
Certainly a good chance there for Rovers. Need to make the possession count, to make the territory count when they get it. And Eagles now working out from their own 20-metre line. Here's Menzies, one of the danger men for the Eagles in this Eagles team. And the ball is worked through the hands. That's good play from the Eagles and a good attacking move. But good defence from Rovers, covering the gaps well. Here come the Eagles now, centre field. That's a good drive in. And an offload as well. Good defence though from Rovers on that 40-metre line. That kick through is charged down by Andy Ellis. And Rovers have come up with the ball, so a good effort from that kick to charge that down on Rovers instead of starting in their own quarter. Start on halfway and then a mistake. So good pressure from the kick to create the chance, and then a mistake again from Rovers and the chance has gone. Disappointing that for Rovers.
It was, yeah. I mean, I've just only talked about the completions, and they got the luck of the draw with the ball, and we came up with the ball. Unfortunately, Lockie just took his eyes off it and went against the head and feed.
So the head and feed is on the Eagles 40, and here come the Eagles now working out from that 40-metre line. Henderson trying to go himself from halfway. I think trying to milk the penalty there. The referee recognising Tim Spears couldn't get out of the way on that occasion. And so here come the Eagles now inside the Rovers half. Ball is moved out to the right hand side. And that's good play to get it out to the right hand side as well. Here's Scott Turner. Here come the Eagles now inside the Rovers 20. Henderson moves the ball. That's a chip over the top towards Menzies, but well wrapped up by Will Sharp. What a tackle by Will Sharp. It's on the last. Oh, that was close there. Andy Kane thought that was running dead. And the winger on this side, Scott Turner, saw a chance and he very nearly got there.
I say it's a game of inches. That was inches, and Kane judged that one just about right.
It certainly did in this near corner. The Rovers just about survived on that occasion, and Will Sharp with that first drive. That looked a bit high. I think it was probably a bit high as well by Tom Lillicrop, and that's a penalty to Rovers. So a relieving penalty taken by Briggs. And here's Jamie Gording. Gets Rovers to halfway. That's the first tackle. Ellis will move the ball inside to Lockwood. Lockwood pumping those legs. That's a good drive from Lockwood. Ellis again. Sees a gap and goes himself. And now Kyle Briggs moves into acting halfback. He'll offload the ball to the right to Andy Kane. Here's Tim Spears. Ellis waits again. He'll move the ball to the left. It's Andy Kane again. Shows it off. Shows it once. Tries to duck under, does Andy Kane, but good tackle by Andrew Henderson. Ellis. Here's Briggs. It's a kick through by Briggs, but it's well taken. And Rovers, good chase on the kick, forcing the dropout. Good kick pressure, Neil.
Yeah, they have worked on that, the kick pressure. You know, the kick's only as good as the chase, and there was 3 or 4 of the Rovers in the mix there, so great opportunity.
Indeed it is. So the dropout then is taken by the Eagles, taken by Pat Walker. It's a good dropout as well. Almost gets to the 20, and it was Steve Crossley who runs it back. So that's a good return by Steve Crossley, and Andy Ellis now waits. He'll go down the short side to Tim Spears, and here's Andy Kane. That Mendika, sorry. Here's Andy Kane. Through the hands it goes to Lockwood. Lockwood almost away. Ellis quick from the acting halfback. Good break. This good play from Rovers. Here's Briggs. Shows it once. Finds Kane. That's a long looping pass to Mendika. Back inside to Will Sharp. Rovers certainly giving the ball some air over in that 20. Here's Kane again with a kick towards that corner. Has the ball come loose? I thought it had. What's the referee said? Penalty for tackling in the air by the looks of it. And that's a good penalty for the Eagles, using the wind and making good ground there. Here come the Eagles now. Henderson, through the hands it goes. Still going through the hands, working towards that far side. Looking for the support, but he just couldn't quite get the ball away. And here come the Eagles now. Inside the Rovers, just outside the Rovers 20, sorry. Henderson gets the ball outside to Tom Lillicrop. Henderson waits again. And here come the Eagles now. That's a kick through by the forward, and Rovers have come up with it after. No, Mr. Cobb says it's a knock on, and he's giving head and feet to the Eagles. The good kick through by Mitch Stringer of all people, and the kick through came off. The referee judging that Rovers have not sat on, so the Eagles will have head and feet 15 metres out from the Rovers line. Through the hands it goes towards that far side. Here's Menzies. Gets a pass back inside. Oh, and it's a breakthrough. Sloppy defence from Featherstone Rovers, and it's Quinton Wellatogagai over for the Eagles. And with 15 minutes on the clock, it's Sheffield Eagles 4, Featherstone Rovers 6.
It all came off the back on the back of the 6 again, when Sheffield won the scrum. I thought dodgy decision for me. I thought that the Featherstone player never touched it or never attempted to touch it. Either way, you got to play what you see, and Featherstone came up with another set of 6, and the guys just went a bit lax with the back going across the line, and I think he cut inside. Was it crosser? I'm not sure, but again, a bit sloppy from the Featherstone defence.
Certainly was, but it certainly took the try well, just to the right of the sticks, and it'll be Pat Walker, I think, with this conversion. It is between the sticks. It is in fact Don Brambani who kicked the goal, which makes the score after 16 minutes here at the Allerton Stadium. Sheffield Eagles 6, Featherstone Rovers 6. And that's a mistake from Rovers on the kick-off now. Out on the full again.
I mean, he's caught both kickers out. And this is a small pitch, both lengthwise and width. And Kyle obviously misjudged that one and straight into touch. Now they're going to struggle now getting back into a defensive pattern.
Does certainly cost the team a lot. When you concede the try and you want the possession to be, you want the opposition pinned back in their own quarter, and then a mistake like that when you misjudge the pitch, and instead of being in their own quarter, starting on your 20. Mentier, who takes a tap and finds Henderson. Through the hands it goes to Stringer. Through the hands again. That's a good passing move, but it has gone to ground. Eagles just lucky to escape with that one. What's the referee saying here? Says go back and play the ball. Henderson. And the Eagles now, Rovers need a big defensive set. Can't afford to concede back-to-back tries here. Henderson will move the ball in field. That's good defence from Rovers. Great defence there by Lockwood. Here's QLT again. Here's Mitch Stringer. Eagles are on the 10. This is the last tackle. Henderson. That's a poor option on the last tackle. Well wrapped up by Rovers. It was a poor option, and Rovers with a let-off.
Yeah, I think the backs were screaming for it out wide, but they'd obviously called the move with the forward trying to hit, but they were well up for it. The Rovers were well up for that defence.
It looks like something's happening here, a bit of fisticuffs. Not quite sure what's caused that. The referee has stopped the clock. And he's speaking to Ian Hardman and the Sheffield player. No need for that, Rovers. It is in fact Peter Green. So Crossley will play the ball to Ellis, and here's Lockwood. Lockwood's had a good start to this match, Neil.
He has. He never takes a backward step as Lockie, and he's hit his lines well. Apart from the one drop ball in the first half, he's not made any other defensive errors, and he's been very strong in defence.
Indeed he has. Rovers working the ball outside left-hand side. Andy Ellis shows it once, finds Briggs, who shows it. Kyle Briggs still in possession. Looking short of ideas just for a moment there, Rovers. Ellis comes down the short side with Matt James. It's a good drive from James. This is the last tackle now for Rovers. It's a kick over the top by Andy Kane. It's well taken on that far side though by Scott Turner. And the Eagles now trying to work out from their own 20-metre line now. Centre field then, Andrew Henderson offloads the ball. That's a good drive in from the Eagles. Ian Hardman directing play from full-back Henderson. It's a kick over the top towards Will Sharp. That's going to run dead, I fancy. No, it hasn't. It's held up. Can Will Sharp get out? Oh, that's an offload. Oh, my word. I do not like it when Rovers do that in their own 20, but they've got away with it on that occasion. Good defence though from the Eagles, trying to pen the Rovers back. Here's Cordy. Beats one, but can't beat Andrew Henderson. Here's Mendika. Oh, that's a nice offload. Here's Tim Spears and Will Sharp now. Always worrying when teams do that in their own 20, in their own in-goal area, Neil.
It does. It's worrying. At the end of the day, the guys they've got the confidence in themselves, and if he needs to pass, he needs to pass. And luckily, Hardo just got over the line.
Indeed, he did a good kick from Rovers on that occasion as well, getting the Eagles up inside their own 20. So Rovers now with another big defensive set ahead of them. That ball's come loose. Referees giving the penalty to the Eagles. Said that was stolen by Rovers in a 2-on-1 tackle. So the Eagles will have a relieving penalty here. The penalty is taken. And here come the Eagles now. Henderson, through the hands it goes, working the ball across that line, the Eagles. Here's Menzies. What a good tackle. That was indeed by Andy Kane. QLT gets the ball inside now. Here's Dwayne Stroger, I think. Henderson. That looks a bit high. The referee says no, that's a shoulder. That ball's come free from Menzies. Rovers have it back. It's Andy Kane who retrieved that ball for Rovers, and Will Sharp taking that drop ball in now. Ellis finds Ian Hardman. Keegan Hurst. Matt James has gone off the field now for a breather, and on comes Keegan Hurst. Briggs through the hands to Cordy. Good stint for Matt James.
Yeah, he's done his job. Dodgy shoulder last week, but he's obviously come for a fitness test and he's fit to play. And he's done his side no harm in that first 20 minutes. Great work rate.
Certainly has, and Keegan Hurst now we're looking to get the gaps as well, as the Eagles will maybe start to tire a little bit. Certainly goes forward. Keegan Hurst is a big unit, and the Eagles now in possession. Henderson moves that ball inside again. That's been dropped. That's a knock on, and Rovers have possession. Pats on the back for Rovers in defence there. Good defensive effort to force the error, and the field position now for Rovers.
It was a great shot. I didn't actually see who did it, but he got his shoulder under the ball, and they do practice that in training, and obviously it came off on that occasion.
And so the field position for Rovers. Can they make this field position count? Not backing down properly. And so here we go now then. Through the hands it goes. Here's Greg Worthington. Trying to get away, Worthington, but good defence that was from the Eagles by Pat Walker. Ellis waits. Briggs to Keegan Hurst. Just on from the bench. Ellis again shows it once and drops it off to Andy Kane. That's behind everybody, but Will Sharp will retrieve it. They'll get away from Menzies. That's a good effort from Will Sharp to retrieve that mistake. Ellis. Briggs takes that ball in, and that's good defence from the Eagles. Ellis. That's a dab through. And it's another good chase from Rovers, forcing the dropout again.
Great pressure kick there from Andy Ellis. He knew his time was up. The sub was ready for coming on. George was any time ready, and obviously they didn't want to swap him while he was in good ball play. But it was a great kick from Andy Ellis and a lot of pressure put on to the Sheffield guys.
It's nice when you've got the option of having a kicker like that who's not a regular kicker who can obviously, you know, the Eagles defence know who the regular kickers are, will be marking them up. So when you have an option of someone like Andy Ellis who can take the kick away from that, obviously adds an extra dimension to the game as well.
Of course it does. I mean, there's 4 to 5 guys that can kick the ball with confidence. So Rovers are going to, Sheffield are going to have the work cut out trying to mark them all. Just as we speak, there, a great offload from the crosser, and now we're pressing on the attack.
Certainly are. The ball's worked out to the left now. Here's Greg Worthington, moves the ball inside. He juggled the ball in Crossley. I thought he'd lost it for a minute, but he managed to retrieve it. Briggs shows it once, and then an offload on the bounce to Hardman. Here's Mendika. That's a penalty. Mix up there between Mendika and Andy Kane, and Mendika running around the back of Andy Kane, conceding the possession, and the Eagles then back in the Rovers half. Menzier who takes the tap, and the ball has worked through the hands now for the Eagle in the 20, just outside the 20, sorry. There's Peter Aspinall who's on from the bench for the Eagles. Oh, that's a fantastic dummy. Oh my word. Gareth Owen threw a dummy that sold Rovers short, and the Eagles are over again, and with 26 minutes on the clock it's Sheffield Eagles 10, Featherstone Rovers 6.
That was just a poor error. The systems broke down massively there. The guys know exactly what they're doing at marker, and the 2 markers obviously didn't communicate. Sold went for the dummy, and I think I noticed Keegan got pulled across, so he'd have probably been in the pocket there, but he was pulled over by it. I could hear somebody shouting him, so because he got pulled out of the pocket, there was nobody at the back door when he did come through.
Poor defence from Rovers on that occasion. A well executed try though by the Eagles, and they fancy this will be straight over. It is. Don Brambani has converted. So with 12 minutes left to play in the first half, it's Sheffield Eagles 12, Featherstone Rovers 6. So Rovers then will kick off with Kyle Briggs. It's a flat kick off this time. Came off the chest of the Eagles, and they're able to run that ball back. Big defensive set for Rovers. Need to keep the discipline, pin the Eagles back in their own half. Here come the Eagles, that's a good kick. It's a high tick. Is it going to hold up? Will Sharp just able to keep it in and retrieve it. Can he get out? Oh, that's a... No, that's going to be a penalty, I think. Is it? What's the referee's call there? He blew up straight away. I'm not sure if that is going to give that as a try. It hasn't done. He's given a penalty to Rovers for a high tackle.
Right decision at the end of the day. I know the Sheffield fans are not happy with that, but Will Sharp did extremely well to keep that ball in play. Quite athletic, showed a lot of athleticism keeping it in, taking the ball to the try line, and it was just a high shot at the end of the day, no argument.
A relieving penalty for Rovers, which Keegan Hurst will drive that ball in. Takes 2 men to put him down. It's a big unit, Keegan Hurst, 3 men to put him down. Flanagan on the pitch now. Here's Tim Spears. Has impressed me as George Flanagan since his time here at Rovers. And on has come Chris Anakin as well for Rovers. for his Featherstone debut. Be interesting to see what Chris Anakin can do. Flanagan waits. And it looks like Jack Buss is on as well, so Rovers ringing the changes. Good play from Rovers now, centre field. Here's Andy Kane. A quick back across. That's a penalty for Rovers, is it? Yes, it is, says the referee, I think it looks like Rovers had a player taken out off the ball. So it is going to be a penalty for Rovers in the 20-metre line. A good chance now for more points. And our Rovers getting more points. It looked for a minute like they were. Here's Andy Kane. Great play from Rovers. Shirley Worthington is over. It's Greg Worthington over for Featherstone Rovers. Rovers have hit back. They needed to hit back quickly and they have done. And with 10 minutes left of the first half, it's Sheffield Eagles 12, Featherstone Rovers 10.
It all came from a quick tap. We got the penalty in front of the sticks and big Keegan Hurst nearly went over the line, which sucked quite a lot of the defence in. I mean, he's a big bloke, 18 and a half, 19 stone. He takes 3 or 4 defenders every tackle, and then pulling them 3 or 4 defenders in allowed us, we kept our shape on the edges, and it allowed us to play out the back, and and Greg went over in the corner. Great try.
Superb try it was for Rovers. They needed to get their next score. Can't afford to let the Eagles get too far ahead. And then Worthington over in the corner. Looks like the Eagles are making another change. Not sure about the referee unless in the Sheffield player run across the line when trying to take a conversion, but never mind. It's Kyle Briggs then with the conversion attempt. Already kicked one from there. Has he kicked another? No, that one's just gone across the face, I fancy. So, with 8.5 minutes left on the clock, it's Sheffield Eagles 12, Featherstone Rovers 10.
Yeah, we're back in the ballpark now. The lads needed to get in the arm wrestle and just keep the pressure on. Unfortunately, with the mistakes they were making, they were letting Sheffield off the hook. I think the wind's playing a big part, and I think we should be okay in the second half with a win behind us, and hopefully with a bit of superior fitness.
Hopefully so. A good first drive in there from Keegan Hurst and Flanagan on from the bench. Chris Anakin running that ball in as well. George Flanagan with a break from dummy half, making a good 10 metres there. Andy Kane from dummy half finds Jamie Cording. Flanagan waits again. Here's Jack Bussey now. Rovers on halfway. Kyle Briggs with a kick, good pressure, that's out on the full again. Excellent pressure there from the Eagles on the kick, forcing the mistake.
Again, misjudged the wind completely. It is swirling out there, and Kyle's just got to get a grip on that.
Has indeed, and the Eagles then starting on the halfway line now. And that's a good drive in from the Eagles, but good defensive work from Rovers there. Ball's moved across the line, that's good defence. The Eagles fans wanting a high tackle, the referee not interested. Here's QLT to Menzies. Shrugs off one like he's not there. Strong players having your team, Menzies. An excellent centre for the Eagles. QLT, through the hands it goes. Here come the Eagles. That's a good kick through. Was it played at? No, it wasn't. This is still the last tackle. And it's Missy Talapapa. It's a kick through in the end. Are the Eagles there? Oh, they are. Ben Helliwell slow to react to the kick through. And a try for the Eagles. Ben Helliwell there seems slow to react to me.
Yeah, he got caught out of it there. It was a bit scrappy, wasn't it? There was 3 or 4 offloads on the last. We thought the play was dead. It wasn't dead. It just goes to show you need to play to the end. And obviously Ben got caught out on the turn.
It did indeed, and it's Pat Burke who got the try for the Eagles. So the Eagles now with a 16 points to 12 lead, or 16 points to 10 lead, with a kick to come from Brambani. If this goes over, it'll stretch the lead out to 8 points, and we have 5 minutes left on the clock. I think it's Brambani's most difficult kick of the afternoon for the Eagles. Tight to the touchline. The other 2 tries have been quite close to the sticks for the Eagles. Danny Evans comes down from the stand and makes his way to the dugout. Here goes Brambani then. No, that's gone across the face. So Sheffield, just under 5 minutes left. Sheffield Eagles 16, Featherstone Rovers 10. Rovers then could ideally do with another try, but certainly can't afford to concede any more points before half time.
Yeah, I think we've got time. They just need to go back to basics, get back to the completions, and the tries will come. And they're looking a little bit haphazard at times, and they just need to settle down, get back to the systems that they're used to, and like I say, the tries will come.
Certainly will, and a good drive in there from Menzier. Here come the Eagles now, trying to work out from their own 20. Here's Mitch Stringer. 2 big men in the 2 teams, Mitch Stringer versus Keegan Hurst. The Eagles then just outside that Rovers 20 now. It's a good kick through. Was that touched by Jack Bussey? Oh my word! They're over again. It's QLT again. 2 quick tries from Sheffield Eagles. It's QLT who got over. It was a chip over the top from Pat Walker. Ian Hartman went to get the ball. He was too slow to react. And it was a good offload to QLT who was able to get over. Neil.
Just beaten there with individual skill. Kick over. Hardo, I think, should have made that call. Unfortunately, he was just beaten to it. He got a hand to it, flicked it over. There was no knock on, obviously. He just regathered and a quick offload. And QLT's in under the sticks. Not a good spell for the Rovers.
Certainly not. 2 tries in 3 minutes for Sheffield Eagles, stretching the lead out to 20 points to 10 a minute. I fancy Brambani won't miss this. So the Eagles at the minute are going to have a 12-point lead once this goes over. Indeed, it's straight between the uprights, so 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Sheffield Eagles 22, Featherstone Rovers 10. So Briggs with the kick-off then. Rovers certainly can't afford to concede any more points. In the last couple of minutes then of the first half, Rovers trailing by 22 points to 10. Another try for Rovers would be very nice, but certainly no more points against them. Drive in though from the Eagles. Starting to find the gaps towards the end of the first half, Sheffield a bit.
Well, they've got the tails up, haven't they? 2 tries in 5 minutes. They're a bit cock-a-hoop at the moment. Like I said, the boys have just got to settle down, get back to the basic systems that we started the game with. And I think we'll see some more tries in the second half.
A good kick through there from the Eagles. That'll turn Rovers round. And with 1:15 left on the clock, this scrum will go down head and feet to Rovers on the 10-metre line. And so the scrum's down. Out of the base by Flanagan to Ian Hardman. Good defence though by the Sheffield player. Flanagan finds Tim Spears. Here's Chris Anakin for Rovers. Looking for the offload, it's not come off. Referee said he was tackled. I think that was maybe a little bit of a let off there for Anakin. Flanagan then finds Jack Bussey. With the offload back to Flanagan again. But Eagles tails are up at the end of this first half. And we're going up to the last 10 seconds. It's a penalty for Rovers. Kyle Briggs wants to take it quickly and does. Rovers will probably get one tackle if that now. And this is the last play. Rovers trying to keep the ball alive, trying to produce something magic. Here's Mendica with space in front of him. A kick back across field, it's taken by the Eagles, they'll throw it dead. That's half time. Sheffield Eagles with an excellent end to the first half that started so well for Rovers, with Ben Halliwell going off for his second try in 2 games after 6 minutes, which Kyle Briggs converted. 10 minutes later the Eagles hit back through QLT to level the scores after Brambani's conversion. Then they took the lead when Craig Owen went over for a try from acting halfback after an outrageous dummy, again converted by Brambani. That put them in a 12-6 lead. Greg Worthington then hit back to make it 12 points to 10 with 9 minutes left of the first half, while the Eagles hit back with 2 tries in the last 3 minutes, one for Burke and a second of the afternoon for QLT, one of which was converted by Brambani to make the half-time score. Sheffield 22, Featherstone 10. Neil, your thoughts on the first half?
I thought we started the game well. They seem to be doing everything they've been practicing in training. The systems are working good, and then they just dropped off the boil a little bit. I think they've done that a few times this season, where they get in the arm wrestle, but they don't manage to finish it off and put more pressure on. And I think we had about a 75% completion in that first half, which on the whole is okay. It's not brilliant, but it's okay. And you know, we shouldn't be behind the 8 ball with a 75% completion, to be fair. You know, there's a few plugs that we need to a few gaps we need to plug up in defence, but I don't think there's any great dramas. We've got the win in the second half, and if the guys can just plug the gaps that they've leaked through in the first half, I think we'll score some tries in the second half.
And if you're Danny Evans there, is that what you're saying to the team, just to tighten up your defence and the points will come if we use the wind?
Yeah, it's not a case of tightening up, it's just be a bit smarter, guys. You've got the systems in place, you know what you're supposed to be doing, they're just not completing them, or they're not executing them right. So there's like I said, there's no great dramas. Danny knows that we can score points this half, and as long as the guys get into the game early, then I think we'll come out with a win here.
Neil, thanks for your thoughts. And so the half-time score here at the Allerton Stadium. Sheffield Eagles 22, Featherstone Rovers 10. Good afternoon, welcome back to the second half here at the Allerton Stadium here in Sheffield. Sheffield Eagles 22, Featherstone Rovers 10. 2 tries in the last 5 minutes for the Eagles, one of which converted, stretching that lead out for the Rovers. What do the Rovers have to do in the second half? Neil Harmon.
Easy, quick answer is score some points. not conceding it. But I think they will. They've got the win behind them. I think if they get back to the basic systems that they started the game with, that they went off the rail a little bit, if they get back to the systems and the game plan that they know they can do, then the tries definitely will come. I think it's going to be interesting. It's a good, interesting first 5-10 minutes, and it'll be a crucial that Rovers score first.
Certainly, Rovers already 2 scores behind. Can't afford to let the Eagles get any further in front. As the Eagles now come out onto the pitch, Rovers will have first use of the ball in the second half, and the wind at the backs. How big a factor do you think the wind is today?
As as it proved in that first half, it does play a big part in the game. It is actually easier passing the ball into the wind, but it's a lot easier when you're running, trying to take the ball forward with the wind at your back, and it gives your kickers an extra 10-20 yards on the end of each boot.
Certainly does. The referee, like I say, Rovers will get first use of the ball in this second half. And it will be Pat Walker who gets the second half underway. Sheffield 22, Featherstone 10, and here we go. The kickoff is taken by Walker, picked up by Rovers, and here comes in the first drive now. George Flanagan moves the ball inside to the big man, Keegan Hurst. Flanagan again, and here's Jack Bussey now. Rovers making good yards. That's good yards. Rovers almost back up to halfway. And it's a penalty. Good first set, 2 drives, fully 20-30 metres made, and then a penalty, Neil.
Yeah, we were just discussing at half-time when they come out what they need to do, and it's, you don't need to be up me, round me, off me, anything Harlan Broad, Chaucer. They just need to get a quick play of the ball and go forward in numbers, and with a quick play of the ball, and that's exactly what they did, and that's how they got the penalty.
Certainly did. Now Rovers attacking this 20-metre line. It's the new man, Chris Anakin. Held up just short of the Rovers line. He plays the ball, and here through the hands it goes. Briggs, Hardman to Worthington. Halliwell waits. He will move the ball back into Kyle Briggs. Kyle Briggs, the big man, Keegan Hurst. Keegan Hurst only knows one direction, and that's forward. Plays the ball, and Rovers now. Through the hands it goes. Here's captain Tim Spears again. Rovers 2 metres short of the Eagles line. Flanagan! No, he's not got that down. The chance was certainly there for George Flanagan. An exciting player from dummy half. That was on the last tackle and a turnover. A good chance there, Neil.
It was a good chance, and he was again inches from doing it, but they've got to convert that attack now into a positive defensive set, and the line speed's going to be crucial here.
And the discipline as well. What Rovers don't want now on this set is a penalty against them. Discipline is crucial. Keep the Eagles down here. Make them work for the yardage. And here's Peter Aspinall now. Gareth Owen, that's in half-back, tries to score in the first half, moves the ball inside to Matt Garside. Matt Garside looking to offload, but in the end holds on. Owen again, through the hands of Walker. Here's Bram Barney trying to skip away, but good defence by Flanagan. That's a chip over the top there by Michael Knowles. Rovers have come up with it though. How much of an impact? George Flanagan made such an impact off the bench, doesn't he, when he comes on?
Yeah, it's good to have players like that on the bench. Again, he could be starting in any team, but it's good that they rotate the guys, because they're fresh to come on. And George is going to, if he sees half a gap, he's going to be through it. So they've got to be really tight at markers.
Certainly gives them something to think about when Flanagan comes on. And his distribution as well there, finding Keegan Hurst, who finds Jack Bussey. Rovers on that 20-metre line now. Centre field. Bussey plays the ball again to Flanagan. Smooth the ball out to right. Andy Kane to Spears. Shrugs off one, but good defence by the Eagles. Rovers on the Eagles 10 now. Spears plays the ball. Kane shows it once, finds Chris Anakin. Anakin looking for the offload, but just holds on. Kane. Here's Briggs to Jamie Cordy. This is the last tackle for Rovers. Kyle Briggs is in half-back. We'll find Andy Kane. Tries to step inside. It's Flanagan. The ball's come loose, so the Eagles have come up with it. A disappointing end to that set, Neil.
Yeah, that was poor. We should have done better with that. George just got caught. He was half in one mind to kick, half to run, and he should have just made the decision earlier.
So the Eagles then are able to bring the ball out from their own 20 now. Barney finds QLT. 2 tries in the first half for the Eagles. And Gareth Owen waits. He'll move the ball to Barney again with an early kick. Centre field. Will Sharp, Andy and Hardman go to take it. It's Hardman who finds Will Sharp. And Will Sharp will return that ball. Spins away from one. Good return from Will Sharp. Still going, Will Sharp. Good yards made there by Will Sharp. And here come Rovers now, trying to work the ball out from their own 20-metre line. Flanagan waits. Comes to the left to Greg Worthington, steps inside Andrew Henderson, but well held by the other Eagles player. Michael Knowles there with good defence from Martin half-back. That's a good high kick from Rovers. QLT safe as houses underneath that one though. Runs straight at Jamie Cording. Good defence there from Rovers, 4 in the tackle. Another big defensive set needed now. Barney attacking half-back, moves the ball inside. To Jordan Burke. Gareth Owen waits. He'll find Mitch Stringer, who offloads to Pat Walker, shows it once and goes himself. Owen comes back inside to Mitch Stringer again, looking for the offload, finds QLT. Well wrapped up though by Keegan Hurst. Owen through the hands of Barney to Walker. Space on that far side. It's a deep kick down. That's well taken by Ian Hardman. It was a good kick there, through by the winger. Jordan Burke, and it was a superb take from Ian Hardman. And Rovers now able to start again on their own 20. And here goes Flanagan, tries to duck under but well held. Cording. Rovers have worked up to the Eagles 20, just short of the Eagles 20 now. So, kick through by Rovers, that's going to run dead. Struggling to get through the Eagles' defence at the minute, Neil.
Yeah, they're doing everything right. They don't have to score every time they touch the ball. They just need to build the set and work possession, and that's what they're doing. And like I said, I'm pretty sure the tries will come. Every time Rovers are moving forward, they're going 40, 50, 60 yards, whereas you watch Sheffield when they're coming out, they're struggling to make 30, so the line speed with the wind behind them is making a difference.
It certainly is, and it is good line speed. Here come the Eagles again. Let's see what they can make on this set. It's Missy Talapapa. Pat Walker in his acting half-back. He'll move the ball out to the left-hand side. To Matty Garside. Not sure what the referee's calling here. Something's happening. Not quite sure what. Such judges on the field as well. Not quite sure what happened there. The Eagles have lost the ball, and Rovers have come back up with it with Jack Bussey. So Rovers then have another set on the Eagles 30. Here's Keegan Hurst. That was the wrong mistake. I think that was supposed to be the dummy runner there, and a mistake again by Featherstone.
Yeah, the way they set up, anybody can get the ball, and everybody should expect the ball. So you don't expect to be a dummy. You play what you see, and unfortunately, Jack should have given that round the back, and he hit the lead instead of round the back. But again, he should have been expecting it.
A scrum down, head and feet has gone there. It's gone to the Eagles. The referee, Mr. Cover, said that Rovers had a hand in. I think Rovers fans expected they were going to get the head and feet there. And Andy Ellis has come back on for Rovers. And that's good defence on Pat Walker there. Gareth Owen waits. And it's a penalty for the Eagles for offside. Rovers starting to lose the discipline a bit.
That was poor. We should be looking at the referee at all times, and that was just a lapse in concentration.
Mitch Stringer taking that drive in now. The Eagles getting the good field position. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Still the Eagles 22, the Rovers 10. And that's a good breakthrough there from Matt Garside. Here come the Eagles now, running the lines well of the Eagles. They're in the Rovers 20. Owen waits. Finds Walker. Brambani, sorry, finds QLT. The referee had penalised the Eagles there for crossing. So again, another let-off for Rovers and a quickly taken penalty. Worthington takes a tap and runs it in himself. They'll get Rovers over halfway. Ellis. And it's a penalty for Featherstone now for offside. So referee penalising both teams there, being consistent though.
Yeah, that was about right. I mean, the guys are doing everything right now. They're trying to keep quick play so they're getting on with the game. They're backing themselves on the fitness front, and I think, like I say, it's only going to be a matter of time.
Will Sharp with an excellent first drive in there for Rovers, gets us up to the 10. Here's Steve Crossley now. For the line, he's a metre short. Oh my word. Ellis shows it once and then finds Worthington. It's over. Greg Worthington is over. Matty James, sorry. I saw the three, I didn't see the one. It's Matty James who's over for Featherstone Rovers. Rovers have done what they needed to do first. They scored first in the second half. Sheffield Eagles 22, Featherstone Rovers 14.
Yeah, like as we said, mate, it was only going to be a matter of time. The guys started the set, fantastic speed, great line speed to get him in that position in the first place. And I think, as similar to the first try, big Steve Crossley dragged about 4 or 5 defenders in under the post, and that's obviously going to leave some space on your edges. And that's what Matty James took advantage of. Great try.
Indeed it was, and so for Kyle Briggs to convert, this is another massive conversion. This will put Rovers back within 6 points. And here comes Briggs with the conversion. Straight between the uprights. So with 13 minutes gone in the second half, Sheffield Eagles 22, Featherstone Rovers 16. Can we make this pressure count then?
Sure, okay, back to basics. They don't have to do anything fancy now. They just need to complete this next set and then put the pressure on them to come out their own half and force them some errors. So it's not rocket science, this game at the end of the day. They just need to do the basics and do them well.
An interchange for the Eagles, Storey at hooker, sees the return of Andrew Henderson for Gareth Owen. Owen had a good stint in his time on the pitch, scoring a try, and now has gone off for a breather. And Rovers now, with their tails up, can they make this press build on that try? Here's Crossley, running the ball in well, Steve Crossley now since his return. Here's Hardman. Ball through the hands, Greg Worthington, that's could easily have been crossing, but the referee happy enough. Here's the last tackle now, Briggs. Hale puts a high one up. What's the chase like? QLT takes that superbly. No, he hasn't. He's lost. Jack Bussey stole the ball one-on-one. and then QLT has been penalised. Neil.
It's a great take from Bussy. It was a one-on-one challenge, there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously QLT took a dislike to it, and that's where they got the penalty.
And Matt James trying to replicate what he did a minute ago, but held up a metre short. Ellis finds Kane, Briggs, Worthington trying to find a gap. A little bit slow there from Rovers. Ellis again now, standing. Rovers need to move the ball out. Look short of ideas at the minute. Here's Andy Kane though. Well wrapped up by Andrew Henderson. Or is he? Ellis again. Kyle Briggs tried to offload. A very poor set, Neil.
Yeah, they kind of lost the shape there and they lost a bit of direction. They're looking to the halves, they're pointing around. They should have found the point and worked from there, but everybody seemed to be lost on that set.
A let off then for the Eagles. Here's Walker. As Andrew Henderson runs into acting half-back now. He'll move the ball inside to the big man, Mitch Stringer, who runs at a Rovers big man, Steve Crossley. Henderson waits again. Move the ball to the left, it's Pat Walker. Good kick downfield, it's well picked up by Hardman. He moves the ball inside well. Excellent positional fullback Ian Hardman. He's not quite got the pace he had, but his positional play is superb.
Yeah, you'll find you struggle to find a better positional fullback, and the wingers are working well with him. They do the pendulum system, and you notice that both wingers, whichever side the ball's kicked, will go back to him support, and he just found Ben Helliwell then.
Indeed, and Rovers make a change, seeing the return of James Lockwood, and off goes Jack Bussey for a breather. Ball is worked across through the hands, it's Andy Kane, shows it twice, finds Will Sharp on that far side, cuts back inside Will Sharp. Andy Kane now with a kick through from acting half-back. It has to be picked up by QLT with a long ball across to his winger, Jordan Burke. Still Sheffield 22, Featherstone Rovers 16. Here's QLT trying to skip away but not able to do so. Henderson moves the ball inside. To Tom Ashton. Henderson again, that's another good drive in from the Eagles. Tom Lillycrop, a good defence again from Rovers. Matt Garside now. Eagles struggling again to make the yards, only on halfway. And it's a last tackle. It's a kick from Bram Barney. Good positional play from Ben Helliwell to get back to the cover. That's a good defensive set, Neil.
Again, it's just the wind at the backs, the line speed's good, and Sheffield are struggling to make the yardage. So again, we're back in the arm wrestle. We don't need to score every time we touch the ball, we just need to keep building the pressure, and there we'll crack.
They will indeed, and it's Rovers now. Greg Worthington. Andy Ellis finds Matt James, tries to score for Rovers in the second half. Ellis goes himself, takes on the line, throws an outrageous dummy. Andy Ellis got support outside him. It's James Mendika for Rovers, made by a superb break from acting half from Andy Ellis. Rovers are back in this match with 20 to go. Sheffield Eagles 22, Featherstone Rovers 20. Neil.
As I was just saying, you don't need to panic. Just keep building the pressure, and when an opportunity presents itself, you can take it, and Andy Ellis did that with both hands, and luckily he had support on the inside from Hardo and on the outside from Mendy. The inside got cut off to Hardo, and Ellis had the state of mind to just look to his right and found Mendy just there to go right over the line. Brilliant try.
Superb try from Rovers. That's what Rovers are capable of when they've got the confidence to go forward, when they can see the gaps. And it's Kyle Briggs now to level this match up. Rovers, a superb third quarter for Rovers to get right back in this match. So it's Kyle Briggs now with a massive conversion for Rovers. This will level the scores. So Kyle Briggs takes a deep breath, takes a step back, and here he goes. Come on. He's kicked that one, you know. Rovers are level with 20 to go. Sheffield Eagles 22, Featherstone Rovers 22.
No panic, is there? No panic. Again, we're back to where we was before. They just need to complete this next set, look for some good yardage, put the ball deep into Sheffield's territory and let them come up with some mistakes. They're going to find it hard pulling out, moving up forward into this win. So again, let's just finish this set and take it from there.
Certainly Rovers right back in this match. What a turnaround since half time. A fantastic third quarter for Rovers. And here's Steve Crossley now. Rovers then working out from their own 20-metre line. Their tails are up now. 2 tries in the last few minutes for Rovers. Here's Lockwood. It's a good kick through, a dab through from Briggs for Worthington to chase. It's a knock on by the Eagles. Oh, Rovers' tails are up. Rovers, can they capitalise?
That's the pressure that we're talking about. We just keep composed, finish the set. Great little dink through from Briggsy, and with a great chase as well. It just put the pressure on and it come up with a knock on. But we're in a great position now to capitalise.
Can Rovers get the noses back in front again? There's still 18 minutes left on the clock, says they've got the way to our right hand side. It reads Eagles 22, Rovers 22. Rovers have a scrum down then, 25 metres out. Can they make this pressure count now? That's Worthington. Ellis goes the short side. That was nasty. That's a penalty for Rovers. That looked nasty.
They generally look worse than what they were, but I think Andy will be counting his teeth after that one.
Certainly think he will. Rovers then with 6 tackles on the Eagles 10. In the Eagles 10. Can they make this pressure count now? Get the noses back in front. It's Kane takes the tap to captain Tim Spears with that first drive. Andy Kane again. It's an awful mistake. Absolutely awful mistake there by Rovers. And trying to get the pass away, an impossible situation.
Again, just the wrong decision from the halves. We've suffered a bit from that in the last few weeks, but you know, again, the lead should expect the ball, so there's no excuses really. We either take it or we go around the back, and he should have took that.
Should indeed, and the Eagles then with a relieving set now. Andrew Henderson, that's a good drive. Good 15-20 metres made there by Henderson. Bram Barney gets the ball away to Tom Ashton. Henderson moves the ball inside now. It's Peter Green. This is the last tackle for the Eagles. Henderson waits. He'll kick himself. Over the top, that bounces and that'll run dead. So a good set for the Eagles, turning Rovers round. Coming up to 15 minutes left here at the Owlerton Stadium in Sheffield. Sheffield Eagles 22, Featherstone Rovers 22. All to play for, and I think Chris Anakin's going to be coming back on in a moment. Well, he's certainly warming up down on that touchline along with the other subs. Looked for a minute like he was coming back on, but he's just warming up at the moment. And so Rovers then, bringing the ball out from their own 20-metre line. Ellis moves the ball to the right, through the hands it goes. And Mendika's away! Mendika's away! James Mendika for the corner. Got Will Sharp still going, Mendika. Great covering defence by QLT. A try-saving tackle, but Rovers, Tim Spears. Rovers have got the penalty for offside. What's the call going to be? It's going to be 2. Rovers are going for 2.
Right decision. It's definitely the right decision. It's a close game. 2 points, just nudge them in front and give them that little cushion, and then they can start to build again. Awesome break from Mendy there. Jink left, jink right, broke through. Unfortunately, but credit to Sheffield's defence. They had Will Sharp covered on the inside, so Mendy just couldn't get the offload, but brilliant break.
And great covering defence by the Sheffield fullback, Vincent QLT, to stop the try in the corner as well.
It was great defence all round from Sheffield. Like I say, credit where it's due, and they did exceptionally well then. They backtracked and they stopped the inside pass, as well as QLT taking out Mendy.
So Kyle Briggs with this penalty in front of the sticks. This will nudge Rovers back in front. I can't see this being missed, but then again, I've said that before and it has been. So Briggs' conversion, it's straight between the uprights. Rovers have the noses back in front with 15 left to play. Sheffield Eagles 22, Featherstone Rovers 24.
Yeah, we're back to the old familiar territory now. Complete this next set, guys. Sheffield are going to just be looking for an error on Featherstone's part. Hopefully we can just finish this set, get a good deep ball, and put them on the back foot coming out their own half.
So Rovers then will get the possession back from this penalty. From the kick-off from that penalty, which was converted by Briggs. Leading by 2 with 15 to go. Walker will take the kick-off. Taken well by Rovers, who were able to run the ball back. Just need to control possession, Rovers now. Don't need to do anything fancy. And instead of controlling possession, they've knocked on the first tackle, giving the Eagles a chance to hit straight back, Neil.
Yeah, we just said that's what they need to do and what they actually do are 2 different things at the moment, but obviously they've made a mistake there now, so they need to convert, obviously, from attack straight to defence. They all need to switch on, make sure they've got both sides of the pitch covered, and just finish this set on a high and get the ball back.
Massive defensive set, just nudge the noses in front, so they need to keep tight defensively, make the Eagles work for every metre that they're making. Henderson waits now. He'll come to the right hand side through the hands of Brambani. Henderson waits again now. Comes inside to the big man, Pete Drain-Stroger. Spent some time at Rovers a couple of years ago, did Dwayne Stroger. Good defence by Rovers there to cut that tackle down, James Mendika. Here's QLT, they're trying to skip away. He's already got 2 today as QLT. Henderson moves the ball out wide. That's come loose, Rovers have come up with it. Good defensive set.
Yeah, it had to be. He was stretched a little bit there, but Mendy came up with a great one-on-one tackle. He read the play brilliantly, they mapped off well, and we hopefully can steam back up the pitch and get back into a good ball position.
Indeed, and Rovers are in the Eagles' half. So another good attacking set from Rovers. Here's Ellis, takes on the line himself. I fancy we could be seeing Chris Anakin again any moment. That hasn't gone dead. Oh my word! What a superb kick that was. It held up an inch short of the dead ball line, and Rovers have forced the dropout.
I think they missed a trick there, and while it was still rolling, he should have had 1 foot on the dead ball and touched the ball, and it would have been deemed dead. But great kick by Caney. I don't know if it was more luck than good judgment, but he'll tell you it was obviously pinpoint accurate.
Indeed he will, and Rovers have made a change. I think Chris Anakin's come back on. Yes, he has, and it's Matt James who's gone off. That's a good run from Anakin, gets Rovers up to the 20. Ellis moves the ball to the right, Lockwood. Rovers trying to work the spaces. As the rain starts to come down here at the Allerton Stadium, Lockwood only knows one direction, James Lockwood, and that's forward. Gets Rovers onto the 10. Hardman, inside ball to Briggs! It's Kyle Briggs! Oh, Rovers! Oh my word! Fantastic inside pass from Ian Hardman. Found Kyle Briggs through the gap, and Kyle Briggs able to put the ball down with 10 minutes left to go. Sheffield Eagles 22, Featherstone Rovers 28.
Great try, well planned move. The Sheffield guys were expecting to go out the back and go to the wings. Instead, Ardo popped it up on the inside, and whereas Briggs is sniffing just to the left of the post. Fantastic try.
Indeed it was, and now Kyle Briggs will looking to convert his own try. This will stretch the lead out to 8 points with 10 left to play. This is a massive conversion. Rovers could do with that 8-point cushion, meaning the Eagles will have to score twice. It's going to be Kyle Briggs then. He's got this conversion lined up, a massive conversion. It's between the uprights. Rovers have got an 8-point lead, and with just under 10 minutes left to play. Sheffield Eagles 22, Featherstone Rovers 30.
Needed conversion there from Briggsy. Converted his own try. Gives us that nice 8-point cushion. But again, we're back to basics, guys. We just need to finish this next set and get the kick away.
Certainly do, and they've got the possession back. The Eagles have kicked out on the full again. So Rovers, instead of starting in their own 20, are starting on halfway.
This wind, he's caught the kickers out a few times today from both sides, and unfortunately for Sheffield, they just pumped one straight out, which gives us the ball back in a good position.
Certainly does, and Rovers now. If Rovers can get another try quickly, that I think. Rovers score next, I think you'll find it could well be game over. And here's Jamie Cording now, Rovers in that 20. Good defensive effort though by Dwayne Stroger. Ellis finds Lockwood. Ellis! Oh! He was a metre short, Andy Ellis. I thought for a second he was over there. Briggs. Here's Andy Kane, steps inside one. Ellis goes down the right hand side. Hardman finds Mendy again. An inside pass to Ellis. Still going Andy Ellis. Mandika doing well to stay in the field of play there. This is the last. Kane with a kick for the corner towards Helliwell. It was just too high for him, he couldn't take it. Disappointing set, but a good set for Rovers. Hence the Eagles back down in their own 20.
I would say it's a disappointing set. It just keeps the pressure on, it keeps it down this end of the park, and they finished the set, which is most important. So again, we just need to fly out the blocks here, keep these to 10-20 metres, and then come away with a good set in offence.
Here come the Eagles now. Been an excellent defensive effort all afternoon from Rovers. The line speed's been very good all afternoon.
Yeah, there was a couple of gaps in the first half that they've obviously plugged up in the second, and it does help with the wind at your back for the line speed moving forward. As you can see, Sheffield has struggled really to make some great yards into Fev's half.
Certainly have 3 tries without reply for Rovers in this second half. And the Eagles now. This is the last tackle. Brambani with a high kick. Easily taken by James Mendika, who's been outstanding this afternoon. And here's Will Sharp now. Rovers then looking to build from their own 20-metre line. Mendika looks to be limping a little bit at the minute. A bit of fisticuffs centre field. Not quite sure what started that, but Mendika's limping at the moment over on this far side of the pitch now.
Yeah, hopefully he can continue, but just looking at the play in the middle there, I think it's just a bit of frustration on Sheffield's part. Frustration that they've lost the lead and the clock's winding down. They're just trying to get anything going now, but we've got the penalty, a good kick into touch, and should give us a good platform to put a good set of six on. But Mendy's looking okay, he's still on the pitch.
Hopefully so, because he's been outstanding for Rovers this season, Mendika, both early in the season at fullback and since he's moved to centre as well.
Yeah, I've been quite impressed with him on and off the field. He trains exceptionally well. He's good pedigree, and wherever he plays, wherever the coach has asked him to play, he always gives 110%. And I think he's been outstanding this afternoon.
Indeed he has. Here's Andy Ellis down the short side. Got Ben Helliwell. Rovers are over, and I fancy that could well be the match for Rovers. A superb try by Ben Helliwell in the corner. He started it off in the 6th minute. He could well have finished it off in the 75th. Sheffield Eagles 22, Featherstone Rovers 34.
Andy Ellis again, that man. He gets half a yard, or he sees half a gap and he's through it. And he did exceptionally well to hold the ball to the last minute, just before offloading it to Ben, and took some scoring, took the guy over with him, but managed to spin out the tackle and put the ball down. I think that's game over.
I think you could well be right there with this conversion from Kyle Briggs. Rovers have a 12-point lead. This conversion would deny Sheffield a bonus point as well. And what to think when it was 22-12 down at half-time, to be talking now about denying Sheffield a bonus point shows what an outstanding effort it's been in the second half.
Yeah, we did say just before half-time that the wind was going to play a big part in the second half. With a win behind you, it just makes such a difference, especially from a defensive point of view. And I knew we was going to score tries. It was just a matter of how many, really. And the guys have come up with the goods. And Andy Ellis has been fantastic when he's been on the pitch. Two cracking breaks there for 2 tries. But for me, the outstanding player for this afternoon, for the overall contribution, has got to be James Mendika.
James Mendika, is that your choice for the man of the match then?
Yeah, I'd go with Mendy. Like I say, Ellis has been outstanding when he's been on the park, but for the overall contribution, both in offence and defence, Mendy's come up with the goods.
So man of the match is Mendika, as Kyle Briggs kicks that one between the uprights as well. So Sheffield are out of bonus point range with 3 minutes left on the clock. Sheffield Eagles 22, Featherstone Rovers 36, and who would have thought that one at half time? Superb take from Mendika from that kick-off, and Rovers in possession. Sheffield trying to get the short kick-off to get the possession back, but Rovers able to recover the possession well. Here's Crossley now back on the pitch. And now we're inside the last 2.5 minutes here at the Owlerton Stadium. Here's Briggs, finds Crossley again. Ellis to Briggs. Oh, that's going to come down with snow on it. Who's got that one? Kyle Briggs has got that one. Ellis, this is still the last. It's Chris Anakin. Oh, he's got the pass on the outside. Back inside. Oh, well, I say disappointing, an outstanding effort trying to finish off in style, Neil.
I thought he was going to go himself then. Great right from Annika. unfortunately just couldn't keep it going on the last. But again, it was all great pressure, and look where they're trying to come out of. They're struggling getting out of their half, and it's been like that all afternoon in the second half due to the wind at the backs and the line speed of Featherstone Rovers,
which has been outstanding. We're inside the last 90 seconds here at the big fellas, no, but at the Owlton. Sheffield 22, Rovers 36, and that's a knock on by the Eagles. Rovers are going to have a last set. Can they get the 40?
Never say never. They're going to keep going to the final whistle. They're going to play the set out, and that should see the game. They've been outstanding in the second half, and like I said, in the middle, Andy Ellis has bossed the show for the forwards. So between him and Mendy, they've run the show this afternoon.
Certainly have. 22-12 down at 22-10 down at half time. 26 unanswered points in the second half for Rovers. Shows what an outstanding effort it's been both on attack and in defence. Rovers will now run this lap. They're inside the last minute. Here's Mendy again. Mendika. Oh, he's got the pass away to Will Shaw. Oh, no, he's not. It's a metre short. It's a metre short. Oh my word. The Rovers fans thought it was over. Here's Crossley. From my vantage point, he was a metre short. Ellis pointing at Menzies. Move the ball inside. It's Andy Kane with an early kick. Taken by the winger. And here goes QLT. I thought for a second we had a try in the last minute, in the last few seconds then.
Close, it was very, very close, but you can't knock the effort. Great defensive again from Sheffield.
And the touch judge is on for something. I think there's been a bit of trouble in that last play. I think fancy it might be Rovers. It's a knock on, but that's it. Rovers have come out on top from 22-10 down at the end of the first half. Rovers have stretched out. Tries from Matt James Mendika, Kyle Briggs and Ben Halliwell in this second half. All converted, plus an extra penalty from Briggs. It's finished here, Eagles 22, Rovers 26. Neil, your thoughts on the game?
Overall, very satisfied. Parts of the first half, the guys have got a lot to improve on, a lot to work on. I'm sure Danny will be sorting their problems out during the week, early in the week on Tuesday, and then we'll look forward to the next weekend's game. But overall, they did exactly what they needed to do in that second half, and that was complete most of the sets. I think as soon as he started getting the fronts and finding the quick play of the balls, we were always going to get the roll on. And with the big man in the middle trundling forward, we were making 40, 50, 60 yards after ease in that second half, and that just allowed the backs to run riot. And like I say, Andy Ellis, when he was on the pitch, was outstanding, and he orchestrated things around the ruck superbly. And Mendy out in the backs, he didn't put a foot wrong this afternoon. I thought he had a fantastic game, but overall the boys deserve the win, and they'll look forward to fixing up the problems, and we'll sort out next week.
22 unanswered points in the second half here at the Allerton Stadium for Rovers. It's finished here at the Allerton Stadium. Sheffield Eagles 22, Featherstone Rovers 36. Sheffield 22, Featherstone 36. I'm here with man of the match, James Mendika. James, your thoughts on the match first of all?
It's good to be back to winning ways, really. That's what we come out and play rugby for. That's what all the boys train for all week, is to come out and give a performance like we put in the second half. We weren't really happy with how we went in the first half, and we sort of give ourselves a few home truths at half time and just spoke a little bit of sense about what we needed to do, and we came out that second half and I thought we showed we were back to our best. That was some good rugby.
An outstanding defensive effort in the second half, keeping them scoreless as well.
Yeah, exactly. Sheffield come and score a lot of points against a lot of teams in the league. The back three alone can rip teams apart, and I thought we did a job on them, especially on the kick chase. And you see in the first half and second half, we worked hard on that all week and talked about it. I thought we did a real good job.
How difficult has it been this week with John going at the start of the week?
I mean, it's never nice to lose a coach. Obviously, it's a job for him at the end of the day, but we've got to get on with our jobs, which is to go out there and put a performance together. And I thought we did that. I thought the boys pulled together, and it's about us as being a team as well as being part of Featherstone Rovers. But the boys in the changing rooms have got to be real close together, and I think we showed that today that we are, and we put it together in the second half for a good performance.
And how pleased are you with your form this season? You've scored a lot of tries and you're playing very well at the minute.
I think that's one of the reasons I came down here was to get this regular rugby and to get some good ball from off the good half-backs and full-back and everyone else. It's exactly what I wanted, and I'm happy with the way I'm going. They've been supported by every player, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it down here.
Picked up an injury in the second half. Any news on that?
No, it was nothing. It's just a little niggle. There's nothing I can't get over. I'll be back out and training on Tuesday.
James, thanks for your time and all the best for next week.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Sheffield Eagles 22, Featherstone Rovers 36. Here with interim coach Danny Evans. Danny, your thoughts on today's match?
Well, I thought it was fantastic that we got the victory in the end. First half we started well, and then we just come up with some errors which they capitalised on and scored. I couldn't fault the effort. The effort was fantastic, but it's what's been coming up in the last couple of games that's been hurting us. 22-10 at half time. Spoke about fixing the things up that we needed to do in the second half, and talked about having belief that we could get the result, and having belief that we could turn things around. They come out the second half absolutely fantastic, and the way that they responded was very, very pleasing, but also pleasing for themselves because they've put a lot of hard work in, have them boys, over the past week, over the past month or so, and for them to get their rewards is just justified.
How difficult has it been this week with the departure of John from the club?
Obviously nobody likes to see an head coach go. I've experienced it a couple of times at Featherstone. What you can't do is you can't mope about. Obviously with John that's gone, and we wish him all the best, but you've got to pick the players up as fast as that you can. The last time it happened, I remember we went to Swinton and we got beat there, so we needed to work hard in training. We didn't need to mope about and feel sorry for ourselves, and that's probably something that John wanted us to do anyway.
How pleased with your performance in the second half? 26 unanswered points to keep us clean sheet as well in second half.
Good. I mean, we fixed up what we needed to do. Defensively, we were good. I think somebody talked about the 9-1 penalty count that got us like that, but they can say what they want really. It's just that the effort from them, what they put in.
How pleased are you with the form of James Mendika in the centres as well, named man of the match today?
Yeah, he's playing well, he's Mendy, and I also think that Greg Worthington as well. I think Greg was equally as good as James. Both two young centres, both exciting centres. James has come in from Waddington this year, an unknown to a few people, but he's definitely putting for the performances, as is Greg each week.
Looking forward to next week. Have you had any thoughts on team selection, or are you going to look back on review this week first?
Oh, no, we'll watch the DVD. We'll look where we need to improve. I don't know what's happening really. There could be somebody else that's in charge. I don't know. So we'll just enjoy the today really.
Danny, thanks for your time.
Cheers, thank you.